Wait, this makes him look really bad and Kamala kind of good. What's going on? Well, let's see what Harry Enten has to say.
The saying goes, debates don't win elections necessarily, right? Both the Trump and Harris campaigns are spinning the debate as a win for their candidates. We wanted to know what debate watchers thought. CNN senior data reporter Harry Enten is here with a brand new suit, by the way.
Oh, yes.
He's also running the numbers. That's a new one. I know I'm right?
It's a tan. I haven't worn this in years. I don't know if it's brand new, but it's brand new for you, and I wanted to match you.
A tan suit, by the way.
Tan and a little bit of tan. There we go.
We're matching. All right. What did you find here as far as how this was received?
Yeah, I'm just going to use a scientific term, and that is that the vice.
Speaking of receiving, Felix Biederman is about to be in the building right now. So for all the Felix lovers and haters alike, your calls have been answered. Felix Biederman is officially in the building, okay? My co-star from the blockbuster production Disney Pixar Sodas, Felix Biederman, is officially in the building. But he immediately ran into the bathroom. So we're going to continue with this video.
Donald Trump. All right, so how did the vice president, how much did she crush him by? Look at this. First debate winner margins. Look at that. She won by a 26-point margin, nearly matching Trump's margin over Biden back in June when he won by 34 points. Very similar to Joe Biden's margin of over Donald Trump back in 2020 of 32 points, and significantly higher than the 2016 margin that Hillary Clinton had over Donald Trump in their first debate, just 13 points. But the bottom line here is debate watchers, and they actually leaned a little bit more Republican than the nation as a whole, believe that Kamala Harris easily won this debate. Again, the scientific term is she crushed former President Donald Trump.
All right. Will we see, though, a change in the polls, a rise or a bump for Harris?
I think that the most likely scenario is that you will, in fact, see a rise in the polls. Why? Take a look at the last 4 times we had a first debate and look at those winners. Did they see a rise in the polls? Yes. Mitt Romney in 2012, Hillary Clinton 2016, Joe Biden 2020, and Donald Trump earlier this year. They all saw rises in the polls of 2 points or more. And given how close this race is nationally, given how close it is in the swing states, do not be surprised if Kamala Harris jumps out to a lead nationally, and don't be surprised if she jumps out to a slight, small lead in those key battleground states. It should still probably be a close race based upon history, but no doubt, at least based upon history, we should expect Kamala Harris to receive a polling bump, and a race as tight as this one that would certainly be welcomed.
Okay, so the big question is, historically, what does this all mean for the potential of winning in November? Because there have been debates that people have lost, but they've won the election.
Yeah, there you go. That's the key question, Sarah Seidner. You may receive a momentary...
We're watching Harry Enten do analysis on...
Harry Enten is back.
He's back, and he's wearing a tan suit.
Did Harry Enten get height surgery while he was going? I remember him being a shorter guy.
Wait, really?
I do, but, you know... memories can be faulty.
I don't know. I did not know what Harry Enten looked like.
Polling bump, but does that mean you're going to go on and win the election? Not necessarily, because the fact is the election's all the way in November, and by my calendar, we're still in September. And look at that. Lost the first debate, but won the election. George W. Bush in 2004 lost that first debate to John Kerry. He won in the fall. How about Barack Obama? We mentioned Mitt Romney earlier. Mitt Romney won that first debate, but Barack Obama won in the fall. And of course, Donald Trump in 2016, he lost that first debate to Hillary Clinton, but he went on to win in the fall. So the bottom line is, yes, last night was good news for Kamala Harris. She won the debate in the minds of debate watchers. Yes, based upon history.
I have no idea. I don't know where he's
one
from.
Of the places in New York that doesn't matter. Not Manhattan.
Yeah.
This is the only reporter they should send out. I love him.
Let's see what my goats at the 5.
Hello, everyone.
No, they don't have Jessica Tarkov on today. God, I'm so old.
Wait, who's Jessica Tarkov?
Jessica Tarkov. So the 5.
I know the 5.
Okay, so the 5. Jessica Tarkov is there's a liberal seat on the 5.
Ooh.
You didn't know this? Let's see if there's a full blown here. So here's the wide shot. You have a basic blonde woman that I genuinely do not know the name of. Because there is like
Perino
this,
too.
There's this in every Fox show.
Yeah.
If you don't have the same blonde woman who I think is literally cloned, okay, they are the same woman. You will never be able to tell me, like, I will never believe you. Like, it's impossible to distinguish. Contract mandated blonde woman obligatory for every show.
And then
goat,
Buttfeld,
the
goat of comedy.
Yeah, the king of late night.
Yes.
So Jessica Tarkov usually sits here. Geraldo Rivera or this guy. I forget his name. I don't know what his deal is, but my favorite is Jessica Tarlov, and that's the liberal seat. Like, this is the hot seat. Yeah. Okay, let's watch. Let's see what the they're talking about.
5 o'clock in New York City, and this is the 5.
And she's like the main host, technically. I don't know who the her name is.
She looks so much like Dana Perino,
Well,
but I know it's not
apparently,
Dana
Greg, it was a
Perino.
showdown for the ages. Donald Trump and Kamala Harris squaring off for their first debate. The night starting out with a handshake and quickly turned into haymakers.
She doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat.
During the course of his rallies, he talks about fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter. He will talk about windmills cause cancer. And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom.
Messed up that they're showing that part.
Yeah.
That's kind of fake friends. Fake friends.
Run Spot Run was when I could tell that he had lost. Like, this was going to be a historically bad night.
No,
for him.
that was it. He's like doing Brandonisms. Like,
yeah.
That's like a listen fat style moment right there.
He absorbs the power of everyone he defeats. And
Yeah.
he misses Brandon so much he became him.
Yeah. Victor Orban.
Victor Orban likes me.
I can't get over the Victor Orban mentions. Like, I know Victor Orban sitting in his bedroom, okay, in the governor's mansion or wherever the fuck he's staying in
the biggest cave in Hungary.
Yeah. And he's wearing one of those like those suits that you like wear in old timey shows with like the
with the nightcap,
with the nightcap and everything.
He's blowing out his candle,
and he's kicking his feet, excited that he got mentioned by the former president of the United States.
I hate Orban is so annoying.
Do you think they'll put that in
the plan
in the 5?
No, I don't.
In the 5
I don't think they will. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh God, it was awesome.
Wait a minute. I'm talking now. If you don't mind, please.
He loved that one.
Yeah. He thought
he talked about it afterwards. He's like, "You guys heard that? I practiced that one line."
That's so Hillary to do that.
Yeah.
That is so. That's such a Hillaryism to have like a single little retort you prepared and be like, anyone catch that?
Yeah. It was lame as.
No one liked it.
Donald Trump was fired by 81 million people. What you think is a friendship with what is known to be a dictator who would eat you for lunch.
Quiet, please. She's going to do all these wonderful
Wait, this makes him look really bad and Kamala kind of good. What's going on?
Well,
damn, they couldn't find any highlights, dude. What the?
I mean, you know how Murdoch, like after last night, Murdoch was probably like, him.
Why hasn't she done it? She's been there for 3.5 years.
I have to pee.
All right, but the big controversy of the night wasn't the candidates.
It's so
ABC
crazy
moderators
that
David Muir and
isn't
Lindsay
Dana
Davis
Perino,
getting
'cause it
called
looks
out
so
after
much like
aggressively
her.
fact-checking
It
Trump
really
5
does.
times. And here are the questionable Harris statements that they let go.
The detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing. What did...
Yeah, this is like, it doesn't even matter like if a moderator is biased because like, you know, you can point to like every debate that's happened since we've televised them where there's probably like an instance of moderator bias, right? It's just inevitable. But the moment you start like complaining about it and trying to make the news cycle about that, you lose so many more people than you gain no one and you lose a ton of people. Because even if like you get enough people to think that, it's still, you still come off as a loser.
The president then at the time say there were fine people on each side. Donald Trump, the candidate, has said in this election there will be a bloodbath if this and the outcome of this election is not to his liking.
Meanwhile, the Harris campaign wants a second debate. Donald Trump says
That was the only time where it was like they could have I guess like fact-checked her.
he's mulling it over.
Well, you know, when you don't win, it's like a fighter. When a fighter has a bad fight, gets knocked out, or loses the fight, the first thing he says...
He is coping so hard. He went into the spin room, which he did after the Hillary debate as well, which I think Hillary won in that instance too. I think if I remember correctly, the first debate that he did with Hillary won. So he like did the spin room back then as well. But he immediately started talking about like 3 Twitter polls that he found that were available for 24 hours. And in the first, like, he clipped them in the first 23 minutes and was like, see, 95% said that I won.
Yeah, and it was like what? Like Cat Turd is running the poll?
Yeah, it was like Insider Paper or something. It's like one of those like Groyper accounts that presents itself as like a breaking news now type account.
He didn't even get because like everyone in the Trump sphere is like, well, okay, he lost, but it's because he had to fight the moderator and Harris. He was fighting 3 people that night. You know?
C-SPAN ran those polls? No shot. What? There's no way.
We want a rematch. So we won the debate according to every poll, every single poll. I think that.
Oh, the C-SPAN poll is also a Twitter poll.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's see.
Yep. Yeah. No. Agree.
The only thing this shows is that Twitter is not real life at all. It is just dominated by. If I didn't click that, they would ban me on Twitter. Okay, chat. You don't understand.
Even 3-on-1, Trump won. Yeah. No. Agree.
That's crazy. These guys are so delusional.
Are we going to do a rematch? I just don't know. But we'll think about it.
Yeah, he's not.
There's no way.
He got clobbered. Okay.
Probably the single worst performance of his political career.
Yeah.
Historically bad.
Yeah, it's pretty apparent. Like the Fox News was doing the death spiral chants. Brit Hume literally was like, "This is the worst debate I've ever seen." Like,
well, yeah, Brit Hume is like a pre-Trump guy. Like he's like a Bush guy, so he knows.
I know. He's single-handedly watched this party that this party that he loves go from like the competent country club Republicans to like the Trump party.
He's furious.
So your thoughts? I don't think the American people are watching and thinking any of these people won.
Yeah. All right.
Who's to say?
Yeah. Who knows? Has anyone ever won a debate?
Yeah. What are debates really? No one cares about
What
them.
does it mean to win?
Famously, that's what Ben Shapiro said. Ben Shapiro was like, nobody cares about debates. Okay. Oh no, he used I think he used the term fuddy-duddy at the end of it or something. Like, he was busting out the big words.
This was rough. This was pretty intense at times. She started off shaky. She regained her footing. But I thought she was going to come out with some of these memorable lines.
Okay. Laura Ingraham doubles down, whining about the ABC News moderators being too harsh on Trump, showing that this will absolutely be the MAGA talking point this week. Brit Hume.
From person who was well prepared, had answers, and knew where she was going.
Not only a different person from the person she was in that interview on CNN, but a different person from the absolute dunderhead so many of us thought she was during her conduct as vice president, and she would come out with these ludicrous statements that started.
I love him.
Yeah.
Dunderhead.
Yeah.